Well, I'm David Browne, and I'm standing as a Labour candidate in the St Anne's ward. I've lived in this area for over 25 years. I work as a journalist, mainly in the travel and tourism industry, but that's since I retired from a career in the BBC, where I was a political programmes producer. So standing as a candidate is like getting my hands dirty and getting down to it, and trying to explore what I could do to bring my energy and skills to advocate for local people in the political environment in local government.
Can you tell us a little bit about what your vision for Harringay over the next 5 to 10 years might be? What one thing do you think is most important in that, and what will you be doing to see that your vision is achieved?
There are a lot of aspects to forming a vision about a place, but as I say, I've lived here for 25 years. I've seen a lot of developments, a lot of improvements, but there's more could be done. If I have to pick one thing out, it's cleanliness, it's public area, tidiness, and clearing up rubbish and litter, not only from the streets, but also from all the public areas in blocks of flats. I'll give you some examples. The flats on Warwick Gardens and Rosebery Gardens, the stairwells, the corridors. I want to see those sparklingly clean. How I would do it? Well, I would try and bring some best practice from cities where they've been able to get it right. I've travelled a lot, and if I could sum up my vision for a clean Harringay, it's that I'd like to see the whole area, the whole neighbourhood, as clean as the equivalent neighbourhood in a city like Gothenburg or Oslo or Copenhagen. They can get it right.
Any other elements of your vision that you want to mention whilst we're on this topic?
Well, there are the traffic problems on green lanes, for example. And you know, one of the main causes of traffic congestion is not just the heavy traffic, it's traffic lights not phased properly, so that when they turn green at one point, you can't move because the traffic lights up ahead are out of phase and the traffic hasn't cleared. And the trouble with having congestion like that is it increases air pollution in the neighbourhood. So better traffic management, better phasing of traffic lights would help the environment.
Thank you. What else will you be working to change in Harringay, David?
If I could do one thing to change anything in Harringay as a borough, I'd like to develop or push for a culture of quality in public service work. That every time a job is done by Harringay Council employees, for example, that it's done to the best quality possible. And I'll give you an example of where that counts. We wouldn't have had so many problems with potholes this past winter if the roads had been made properly in the first place. Better surfaces, better quality materials.
Thank you. What will you be doing to stay in touch with what the residents' main concerns are?
Well, asking questions is my stock in trade. I'd be working hard as a ward-focused councillor, meeting residents, attending meetings, attending residents' associations, anybody who wants to invite me to their meetings, and getting down to asking people what they want. What do they need? What are their problems? Because this is not about me and what I want for the borough, it's what the residents want. And I do that by getting around a lot. Site visits, surgeries, being available to people, not only to ask them, of course, what they want, but also to report back on what I'm doing, because I think I'm accountable to the residents that hopefully will elect me.
Thank you. And finally, David, anything else you'd like to add?
One thing, yes. I'm very pleased to say that the Labour Party have added into the National Manifesto an element about the clustering of betting shops, and this is the result, a direct result of a local campaign which has been going on in Harringay, particularly Green Lanes, to reintroduce into law a way in which councils can reject a licence for a betting office where there are enough or too many betting shops already. That's a result of the local Labour campaign with local activists and the local MP David Lammy.
Thank you, David, and thanks for coping with the noise here in the cafe.
Thank you.